Everyone. Welcome to my presentation. And today's presentation, we'll be discussing how technology enable inclusion, technologies as pathways to participation and learning in early childhood education. So, in this today's presentation, we'll explore what technologies look like in early childhood context, why they matter for inclusion, and how educators can intentionally use them to support all learners. I'll draw on key literature including Klongan and Mevwola, Spectronics Inclusive Learning Technologies, the STEAMI framework, and current STEAM and ICT research. I will also provide concrete example of inclusive technologies and discuss both benefits and challenges. So, what is inclusive education, you might ask? So, in Kolongan and Mevola's 2023 research, they stated that inclusive education entails creating learning settings in which all children, regardless of their abilities, backgrounds, or learning profile, get to learn meaningfully. In the context of technology's curriculum area, this involves by providing modified digital and non-digital tools like visual aids, assistive technology, and grasping technology, which elements obstacles and enable every child to participate in creative technological play, problem solving, and exploring with their peers meaningfully. So, what are the technologies in early childhood education and care? You might ask. We have various form of different technologies devices such as iPads, apps, interactive whiteboards. We can also see some assistive technologies such as different communication devices, switches, some ICT resources such as videos, digital stories, programmable toys, some adaptive materials such as grasping tools, visual supports. These technologies provides the fastest communication method between families and services, offering multiple ways to represent, express, and engage with learning, enabling individualized and universal support, also promoting independence, confidence, and support access to the curriculum. So, why this matters? Technology shifts the focus from fixing the child to fixing the environment, aligning with social model of disability and inclusive pedagogy. Now we're going to discuss some of the great inclusive teaching strategies for embedding technologies. The first one is implementing universal design for learning. This means by offering multiple means of engagement, such as using interactive apps, digital games, multiple means of representation, such as using visual, audio, different tactical digital materials, multiple means of expression, such as speech to text, touch based responses. These are great apps to, for children to express their needs and wants and to express what they know already and what they would like to learn. Some of the assistive technologies across daily routines, such as using big button switches, voice input devices, accessible iPad interfaces, such as using guided access or enlarged icons. At the bottom, we can all see some examples that I've made for everybody to see. For example, I have a red button for the toilet, the green one means food, orange buttons for sleep. This helps children to express their needs and wants. The third best strategies put that is implementing STEAMI adaptation frameworks, such as considering environment, material instructions in your setting. For example, layout digital station with accessible height. That means all the children, regardless of their heights and stuff like that, they can easily access whenever they want, using grasping support, such as using various form of tools such as velcro, thicker handles for children who has global developmental delay or stuff like that. They can get the support to use different forms of tools to uh, supports properly, providing communication supports such as Auslan, signs and symbols. These are great for children who has language barrier, or they are working towards their speech and stuff like that. So let's discuss some of the example of inclusive environment and some learning experiences that I have put in here. The first one is accessible tech integrated STEAM corner. So having that once, just one corner where children can go and access whenever they want, and um, they can learn more about different concepts throughout the day is very important. Having iPads for science and other curriculum explorations, such as if children are really interested with bugs or different insects and stuff like that, using the iPads to research using some of the features like scanning and learning about the things that they see are very important as well. Also, some of the assistive technologies daily routine, I think these are very important. It's not just optional. These needs to be mandatory. If the children need support like that, all the educators must be aware of how to use them, how to make the room where all these technologies can be implemented and used properly. The fourth one is digital storytelling stations. I think having iPad as a form of expressing, such as drawing or creating something, to express how they're feeling, or if they want to talk about their weekend, if they want to show you something, they can use this storytelling sessions as well. These are very important. Um, and easy for children to use as a form of expressing of their needs and wants. So let's discuss more about why technologies are a matter of equity. In Klonken and Mevwal in 2023 research, they emphasizes that inclusion is fundamentally about equity, participation, and belonging. And technology supports this as children with exceptionalities gain fair access to learning, not by just providing extra help, but by removing unfair barriers. Tools like AAC or visual supports allow children to participate in group inquiry storytelling and STEAM exploration with authentic engagement. When children can join activities without separation or stigma, they experience genuine membership in the community, and these are very important for children to feel belong and participate meaningfully. While I was doing my research, I found from KU Children's Services there's a blog about inclusion, and they have these pictures up here. And in this picture, we can clearly see how um, understanding what the barrier is and removing the barrier are is the most important thing, because the cause of the inequality was addressed and the systematic barrier has been removed. Now, let's break down how children's benefit and foster their holistic development through incorporating inclusive technologies for children with exceptionalities in early childhood education. The first one we'll be discussing is cognitive development. Uh, when children engage in problem solving and conceptual understanding through multimodal STEAM tools, they enhance their cognitive development. The second one is language development using AAC devices and visual supports. This enhances children's expressive and receptive language skills. The third one is motor development. As children use their fingers to zoom in, zoom out, and search different things and press the buttons. This helps children to enhance their fine motor development. The fourth one is social and emotional development. For example, if children are engaged in share iPad tasks or activities and coding robots activities, this encourages children to enhance their turn taking, collaboration, and build relationship skills. which is very important and great as well. The fifth one is being identity and well-being. As children can participate meaningfully, they feel competent and connected and feel belong, which is far most important when children's growing up. Now, let's discuss some challenges that we might face while implementing inclusive technology in early childhood education. No framework is perfect, so there always be some challenges. For example, funding limitation, varying educators' confidence, cultural appropriateness of digital content, and digital divide. The ICT Solution Australia note that many educators wants to use ICT but feels underprepared. However, these challenges are not reasons to avoid technology. Rather, they simply means we must use it intentionally, critically, and with strong professional judgment. That means understanding what is your barrier, understanding the challenges and reflecting on that is very important as a team. This will help educators to implement inclusive technologies in early childhood education, which is very important to enhance children's holistic development with children with exceptionalities. In this slide, we can see some of the major evidence for educators who are not very confident to implement technologies. We have EYLF, belonging, being, and becoming in Learning Outcome 5, where it states children are effective communicators. The sub outcomes, for example, 5.1, 5.2, 5.3, and 5.5, tells the educators how to use the digital technology meaningfully, where children can share knowledge, access information, investigate, and represents what they're thinking. We also have Australian curriculum called technologies. In these technologies, the Australian curriculum supports children to design the technologies which supports thinking and to generate and produce different digital solutions and authentic needs and opportunities. So these two evidence, for example, the EYLF and the curriculum, Australian curriculums, is a very strong tool for educators to, if somebody says this is not appropriate, or, we can use this evidence to prove our points as well. In conclusion, technologies, when used intentionally and inclusively, create powerful opportunities for participation, communication, equity, and belonging. They enable us to create learning environment in which all children, including those with exceptionalities, feel capable, valued, and supported. High quality, diverse early childhood education requires inclusive technology, and it is not just an add on. Thank you.